Get a good close look. It's our future if something isn't done. There'll be no man left alive once there's no more need for us in procreation. We will go the way of the dinosaur. Funny? That's no joke. Do you know that worldwide male sperm count is down 10%? If this trend continues, over the next 50 years, there will be a handful of men left who will be able to procreate without the use of a test tube. And guess what the leading cause of low sperm count is? Stress. Now that couldn't be caused by woman. Now I'm not supposed to tell you this, but the women are coming, the women are coming. Now what I'm about to tell you will upset the status quo around the world, but if I don't tell you, there may be no world for us men left to live in. Now how many men watch porn? Show of hands? Yeah! Boys watch. Men take action. Now are you a man or a boy? You see, women invented porn to keep men thinking with the wrong head. Because women are like water. Can I get a volunteer? Anybody? Ah, thank you. Thank you. Come on up.
Water, the hippie molecule.
It goes where it flows until something gets in her way. Then without thinking, without contemplating, she searches. She searches for a weakness. When it finds it, it bombards it relentlessly. Arguing. Insults. Sarcasm. Eroding piece by piece. And finally, it bursts. Free. Flowing once more. Hey! What?
It hurt, didn't it? Just like your woman's words.
You'd like to break me in half right now, wouldn't you?
What if that was your woman? What would you do then?
Nothing.
That's why we have to learn to block before it hits. Thank you. You can have a seat.
You see, we can't live without water. We can't live without women. But water can live without us, and so can they. It is their nature to find our weakness. The 5 types of emasculating relationships. You must learn their signs and symptoms. First, slippery slope. Every step that they encourage you to take, they purposely wait for you to fail, bringing you back in, causing you to slip up. Raise your hands if that's what happens to you when you tell your woman the truth.
Hey, are you saying it's better to lie?
Well, let me guess. You often tell the truth, and what happens?
Yeah.
What? No, buts. It's your butt getting kicked all over the house. Look, it's like that video. The man desperately wants to be able to tell his wife the truth just once without her flipping her lid. What man in here wouldn't like that? Yeah. Now listen, a woman takes time to build up pressure before she erupts. You have to stop that. Tell the truth when you need to. But if it's a matter of you having bought unsalted instead of salted butter, lie. And let her think she's eating her damn salted butter. Right? Right. All right. If you're to survive in this woman's world, you need to learn their language. So we'll start with vocabulary. Woman. Whoa, man. Stay out of danger. Female. It's the price you pay to keep your woman with you for the rest of her life. Menstruate. Menstruate. Reminds us that this war of the sexes is bloody. And women think they feel that it's their job to set men straight. Manhandle. They want us to handle matters, and then they criticize us for being that kind of man. Right? Manhood. It's time to put the hood back in the man. This is what women secretly respect. mankind. Now, this is the kind of man every woman ends up with after she's worn him down to a doormat.
So are you saying a man shouldn't show respect for his woman?
No, on the contrary. I'm saying respect yourself as a man first.
Otherwise, every chair you pull out, every door you open will get slammed in your face as you fall on your ass. Fiancé. That's French for finance me for the rest of my life. Right? And beyond after the divorce. Groom. Now this term doesn't stop at the altar. This goes on throughout the entire marriage. This is what happens as your wife tries to shape and alter and groom you into the husband and the image that she expects you to be, the fantasy of her dreams. A la soap opera style. Husband. Husband. Yes, once you're married, you're banned from hussies for life. Adam's rib or his backbone? Which did Eve really take? Studying men of today, I think we know the answer to that question. Now, men, I'd like you all to stand up. Just what I thought. No. Shoulders back, head straight. The next time you confront your enemy, you stand tall and don't back down. Women will respect you for that. All right, you can sit down. Moving on to heads above water. This is the second relationship of emasculation. The woman purposely spends more money than the man can afford. It's a necessity, no matter how expensive. Of course, this puts a man in a debt hole he knows he'll never be able to climb out of. He must work for the rest of his life. Retirement, a dream. Now, we men are hunter-gatherers. Women have reduced us to grocery shoppers, giving us lists, expecting us to buy things that aren't even on it because we should know them by now. Now, imagine a caveman comes back from his kill. He's got fresh, delicious mammoth meat, and his cave woman is standing there yelling at him. "What's the matter with you? This isn't free-range, grass-fed mammoth meat, idiot!" And he hits him with his club. No way. The hunter in him would slap her silly, and he'd tell her, "You go eat your own meat that I just brought you, or don't eat anything at all." Then he'd storm out of the cave and go and eat his own meat. Now the modern man, he's sent grocery shopping, comes back for a good tongue lashing, he leaves the house to go beat his own meat. Now how many of you in here are grocery shoppers? Come on, man up. Where are my true hunter-gatherers? Men? All right. Now I'd like you to introduce yourself to the man next to you. I'd like you to tell him about yourself, your thoughts, your fears.
Our feelings.
Yes, your feelings. You must be the small, silent type.
You mean the strong silent?
No, I meant exactly what I said. It's time for a history lesson. Women say they want a man who shares his feelings. But would you share your weakness with the enemy?
So are you saying that women are the enemy?
Yes. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. You are sleeping with the enemy. Make no mistake, this is war, and you are the casualty. This battle between the sexes has been going on since the beginning of time. It's worse than the Middle East. You share your feelings, you share your weaknesses, they won't respect you for it. They'll destroy you.
So you don't think men should get married?
I'm glad you brought that up. Marriage. Mar-age. Definition? An institution that mars you with age. Now introduce yourself to the man on the right. Share your feelings. My brothers in arms. 2. That's the amount of close friends the average man has in his lifetime. Now I'd like you to introduce yourself to 6 others. I'll be back in 10.
Film each other.
8. That's the amount of close women friends the average wife has in her lifetime. Now you're going to need to get to know your own 8 men. And you'll have to depend on them if you expect to survive in this woman's world. This leads us to chapter 7. It's time to talk about having an affair. That's right, I said it, an affair. How many men out there have actually had an affair? And did she find out about it? Yeah. She blew up, busted your balls?
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah, well, how was the sex?
She was super into it. I mean, it was bam, bam, bam. She was screaming.
Okay, thank.
I forced my head down.
It's a lovely picture.
And then we started getting really into it. She started doing the nasty, and the next.
Thank you for sharing. It's a lovely picture. All right, now how many of you would like to have that kind of sex?
But why does this happen?
That's simple. It's supply and demand. You are in demand, and she must supply, or somebody else will. She no longer has a monopoly on you. Listen, I'm not suggesting that you have a real affair, but I am suggesting that you show the possibility that you might. Let her discover it. Craigslist, platonic relationships is a good place to start. I want you to prepare for your affair tonight, and I want you to go out there and get your man on. So what you're going to receive here, what you have in front of you, is your man-mouse survey. I want you to take your time, look it over, and I want you to answer every question. But don't lie, because there ain't no volcanoes on here. All right, so add up your points. How many of you are in the mouse category? And how many of you are men? And they say there's no problem with men today. Oh boy, just look around you. Before you leave, I'd like each of you to raise your hand. Repeat after me. I declare, from this day forth, to be a man. Yeah. Time for you to leave now.
Murderer! You murderer!
You have the right to get kicked out on your ass. That's what you've got the right for.
You chauvinist pig!
Do you have a ticket to be in here? No. And since you don't, your rights don't apply. So you leave peacefully, or I'll have you thrown out by force.
You wouldn't dare!
Men,
Get out!
Yeah, good job. You're real men. For those of you that help get rid of those women, you're going to get a free copy of my new book. And the rest of you, I'd like you to remember to please go to our website, www.manhood.com, and make sure you get the free download to check out our news and lectures. All right, it's time for you men to go out and conquer the world! Thank you for coming. Thank you very much.